We're gonna try something a little bit different today. I'm going to dye a shirt using coffee. I got this shirt from Target a while ago. I thought it looked pretty cool, but in the light it was a little bit more cream colored than this. I want it to be slightly more tan. I hope this will still show through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow some instructions I found online to dye this with coffee. The website that I found the instructions on is called the Spruce Crafts. And this was uploaded on the 13th of April of this year. So it's a relatively new recipe, apparently. Instruction set. And so the things that I need are fabric. I've shown you the shirt. Coffee, which I'm working on brewing right now, a large bowl, and vinegar. So I have all of that. The next thing I have to do is wet the cloth. It says wet the cloth in a large bowl, but I'm just going to go ahead and run it underwater in the sink. So the first step says to wash your fabric or clothes, and I've done that already, so we don't have to worry about that. The next thing that we need to do is make sure that the material is wet. It says stronger coffee or a darker roast will produce darker dye. The amount of time you leave your fabric in the coffee will also affect the color, but the strength and roast really make a difference. So I am using, I think it's a medium dark roast Colombian, and I'm going to just make normal coffee like how I would normally that I'm going to drink. And I like it a little bit on the stronger side, I think. I don't know. It's all confusing. I have a couple of friends who are baristas who are probably, if they're watching this, just yelling at me right now because I don't know a lot about coffee. Pour the hot coffee over the fabric and stir it with the spoon. You want the coffee dye to evenly soak through the fabric, and stirring helps that happen. Don't let it cling together or else you'll get like a tie-dyed effect. Okay, here we go. For a very light tan, a few minutes in the coffee is all you need. For dark tan, let the material soak for 15 to 30 minutes, or even overnight. To achieve a deep brown color, you'll need strong dark roast coffee for at least several hours. So I'm probably not going to leave it in for more than 10 minutes. I think we'll see. I don't know for sure. Like I'm going to do most of this just by sight and how I think it looks. So wish me luck. I've decided to let it go for a little longer than 10 minutes because I looked at 10 minutes and it still looked a little yellowy. I'm not a fan of that, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it in for 15. Okay, here we go. Just put about 3 tablespoons of vinegar into this water. The instructions said to wring out the cloth or fabric and then put it into a hot water bath with some vinegar to set the coffee. There it is in the rinse. Coffee.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What is it? A t-shirt?
Yeah. So, you've made it to the end portion. This is the rinse.
So you're sealing the color in with vinegar?
With, actually it's mostly water and just a couple of tablespoons of vinegar. So I don't know if it looks it to you, but it is slightly darker. It is a light tan color now. So I will go ahead and let this dry. And once it's dried, I will tell you what I think and if I'm going to try it again to make it even darker. Okay, one thing I didn't think about too much was before I dyed the shirt, I didn't really get a good picture of it for before and after. So I will show you here. I did cut some off beforehand and I didn't dye that. So this is the color that it was beforehand. Not much difference between it and the counter here, but this is what it was beforehand. And this is the color it is now. It's not quite what I'm going for, so I'm probably going to dye it again. I do want to let people know that you should probably beware, just be aware that when you dye it, it looks like some of this is coming off. So be careful. Alright, let's try this again. At least 15 minutes, because the coffee this time is a little bit weaker. So we're going to start at 15 minutes, see how we feel, and then go from there. Okay, it's been just over 16.5 minutes. We're going to take a look. It is indeed a bit darker. You know what, we're gonna go ahead and take it out now. So I decided to not let it sit as long, and hopefully that'll help it retain some of its color. Alright, again, this is the color that the shirt was initially. This is the color it is now. Very happy with it. I'm actually surprised it didn't turn out darker. I'm glad it didn't, but I don't know, I like it. I still have to hem the edge, and I'm also probably going to hem along here, and then it'll be done.